Damn.
MC, make another hit.
Whoa. This ain't what you want.
Project
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want.
Pick them sides, and you better choose wisely. That's my high. 1, 2, 3, 4, throw up your 5.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I am your host, Twid. Twid stands for That's What I Do. Feel free to go get some merch at, let me put my ticker up, www.twidwear.com. If you want to support the show, go to Cash App at the bottom, $ capital T, WID, 10, capital T, $ capital TWID 10. Today we're going to be reacting to a video by fake pastor Jamal Bryant, who's lying on God. And, you know, the 5 points that I have that I deal with pertaining to my show are as follows: faith, beliefs, manhood, common sense, and religion. You need the first 4. The last one, religion, you don't need it. But it's an imperative part of life because, you know, everybody in some way, form, or fashion has some type of religion. Some people's religion is, well, that they just don't believe in anything. You know what I'm saying? That's religion, because religion by design and definition is a system of beliefs. That's why I don't believe in religion, because who developed that system? Somebody had to develop a system. There's no system to believe. There's none. So that's why I don't, believe in any particular religion, because they all have, their ways of doing things based on their system. But anyway, this fake pastor, and I'm sure y'all have heard of him, Jamal Bryant. He took over Eddie Long's church, and you know about Eddie Long. If you don't, go ahead and do your own research. But let me pull up this, and I'm going to react to everything he's saying. Now, the topic is him lying, but it's concerning marriage and divorce. So here we go.
and you don't even know. You don't even know what God's got for you. Amazingly beautiful woman.
I always said, he's just my guy. I just love being with him. Even if he need a break, I don't want him to take one. You know how you love somebody so much, you just want to be in their skin.
Love, when it is real, is not a scandal.
Jamal and Carrie, congratulations on your engagement.
I love it so much.
You are amazing. We appreciate you guys. Congratulations on your engagement.
Thank you.
They are back for their wedding bash. Please, how is the experience?
Now, I wanted to show that video because that video is just him and his fiance, shopping for rings and things like that. I just wanted to show you that I think he has, gotten married since this time. But anyway, that's just a follow up to the next video. Now, this video is Jamal Bryant on a show, I think it's hosted out of Atlanta. 2 brothers. It's called Partly Initiated. And he's going to talk, and we're going to react and break a piece, all of the foolishness that comes out of this man's mouth. Because this man has a large following. He has a mega church, you know what I'm saying, which is the scariest thing, like a lot of others. But, we're going to, put him on trial today.
I want to say I am divorced because I cheated. I divorced because of my infidelity, not because of irreconcilable differences, but because I broke that covenant. And so I had to go through a healing process for myself on what.
Now, you just heard out of his mouth, and let me address this right now. You just heard out of this man's mouth him say, you know what I'm saying, I am divorced because I cheated. That's what he said. So he broke that covenant. But in the video previous to this, I showed you where he's buying a ring for a new bride. Now, Pastor Jamal Bryant and all of you pastors out there, You know what I'm saying? And any of you, because you need to understand what the word says. You just can't be so spiritual that you just usurp authority over what the word is saying. My question to Jamal Bryant and any of you who are listening, how are you remarrying? There's only one way that you can legally, now he said covenant, legally by covenant, remarry. And let's see what the Messiah says about this. It says, and I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committeth adultery. And whosoever marrieth her which is put away doeth commit adultery. So what is it saying? Well, let's read it. It's in read. It came out of Yahshua's mouth, the Messiah's mouth. It said, whosoever, it's talking about married people, shall put away his wife. Now, you can put your wife away. Don't get it twisted. If I want to divorce my wife, I can divorce my wife. But the book of Malachi, he says, I am the Lord and I hate divorce. Now, you can do it. But if you do it, it's got to be based on fornication if you're going to remarry. You see, there's whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall remarry another, committeth adultery. So the only way you can put away your wife and remarry is that they cheated on you. They broke covenant. This man just stated that he broke covenant. So you're saying you're saying the word is saying that you can break covenant. You break the covenant. You're at fault, and then go remarry? No, brother. What you're doing with your new wife is you got her engaged in, both of y'all. You're engaged in an adulterous relationship. Let's go to another scripture. Still coming out the words of Yahshua. But I say unto you that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving means except for the cause, once again, he's saying the same thing, except for the cause of fornication, causeth her to commit adultery. So it's saying if you put your wife away and she didn't cheat on you, you're causing her to commit adultery, because somebody could come along and see that she's not married, and ask her to marry them. And if she decides to marry them, you're causing her to commit adultery. And it says, and whosoever shall marry her, that is divorced. So you're causing two people, your ex-wife, that's not really your ex-wife, and her new husband, that's really not her new husband, to commit adultery. That's what it's saying. It's plain and clear. So for all of you who are listening, it's as simple as this: married men and married women. Because some of y'all are going to miss the mark because you thinking, you know what I'm saying, that you can just God knows my heart. And no. He's not designing his word to fit you. He's designing, you know what I'm saying, you're supposed to, you know what I'm saying, fit the word. If you're married or remarried to somebody and you were in a previous relationship, and that relationship, I don't care if that person tried to kill you. I don't care if that person I don't care what that person did. The only way for anybody to break covenant in a marriage, I'm not talking about leaving the relationship, I'm talking about remarrying. The only way to remarry somebody else after you've been married is if one of y'all broke the covenant by sexual immorality, by cheating. And I got people in my family who, you know what I'm saying, who have, you know, married, you know what I'm saying, multiple times. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure everybody does, but they are adulterers according to scripture. And it didn't change. But let's carry on, you know what I'm saying, and listen to what this man has to say concerning just his outlook on relationships. Now, remember, this man is a pastor who's divorced. He broke covenant and he's remarrying somebody again. Now, he's not the person you want to ever listen to, but we're going to break him down.
Is it that was in
Like the weasel he is. He's a weasel.
me that would go outside of the bounds of my covenant, my agreement, and to risk my family for somebody I never wanted to be with. Yeah. So I say to men all the time, one of the mistakes I made is my first attempt at monogamy was marriage.
Did you hear that? You see how silly that is? My first attempt at monogamy was marriage. My first attempt at monogamy was marriage. Let's play that again. I might be tripping.
What?
All the time, one of the mistakes I made is my first attempt at monogamy was marriage.
See, I wanted to hear him say that clearly, and I did. He said one of my first mistakes at marriage was monogamy. How was it a mistake? Marriage is supposed to be monogamous. Oh, so is he saying, let's just carry on and see what this foolish man is going to say about his first attempt. I'm going to break it down piece by piece.
What does that mean?
You know what?
Hold
You
on,
know
wait.
what? No, I know. No.
Break that.
Even the brother had to ask, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Any logical thinking person is going to wonder, like, wait a minute, what does that mean?
That went
I
down
know where you're
for
going.
me.
I think I know where you're going with it because you will even have, we got friends that got married, but they've been a player for all their entire life,
Their whole lives.
their whole lives, and they think that, hey, when I get married, it's all gonna change.
Yeah, no. So I think that you have to practice.
You gotta practice monogamy.
Yes.
How do you do that, fellas? How do you practice monogamy outside of being, one, in a relationship, two, in a marriage? Now, the connection to the relationship and the marriage is we're in a relationship, and our end goal is to marry. These guys will say anything, and they're going to say anything, and I'm going to break it down piece by piece because people listen to, foolish men like this.
Yes. It ain't going to come through osmosis.
That's so interesting because I don't know if that's something that I've really ever heard said that way prior, because it's like a conditioning into that lifestyle, because it's a whole mindset. It's a philosophy almost, if you will,
Yes.
of being able to prep yourself to now have this new value system.
Yes.
And even a way to tame your urges.
Yes.
Biologically of your body.
Yeah. So I'm not even giving out memberships to the Players Club. Let's just say hypothetically. No, seriously. Let's say hypothetically, you're dealing with 2 women in a month. Let's enlarge the team. You're dealing with 3 women in a month. Okay. Let's say you live in Atlanta.
Okay.
It's 4 women in a month.
Right.
Hypothetical.
Right.
Those numbers can go up quick.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not advocating for this. This is not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying, let's say you with 4 women in a month, and that's the regimen you on.
Yeah.
It's natural. That's what you do.
Yeah.
You don't have no guilt about it. You don't have no conscience. None of them think that you committed. You with 4 of them. That 4th one, you decide, let me lock this down. You have not purged out your system of the 3.
How do you purge your system out of the 3, Dr. Jamal Bryant? Huh? See, this is that word salad. How do you purge your system from the 3? You're sleeping with all of them. You're sleeping with all 4 of them. What if you got to purge all 4 of them out of your system? How about maybe none of the 4 are the ones who are going to be your wife, who are supposed to be your wife? Rarely do a man who sleeps with a woman for years and a long period of time, rarely does he wind up marrying that woman. Especially when in his hearts of heart, he decides to change, to really change, and let the Most High come in and clean him up. See, he's talking about you doing something on your own. You having the ability in your mind to just say, "Hey, I'm gonna purge I'm gonna stop." No, it don't work like that. You know how many men have tried to? You can't just up and stop having sex or you can't just up and stop being promiscuous when you're promiscuous on your own. No, you need help. But he's saying making up your mind. You might, you know what I'm saying, if you got 4 women that you're dealing with, you might get rid of 1 or 2. You think you're finna give up all 4 women for 1 woman? That's not, you be better off giving up all 4 for a new woman that the Most High has prepared for you. Now, see, he's talking crazy. He's talking as if you can do this on your own. He couldn't even do it on his own.
And the danger that we have is that we have compartmentalized our sexuality to have sex without intimacy. So we have so reduced the standard for ourselves that you can sleep with 4 people and feel nothing for any of them.
True.
You can.
True.
He said that. Put the switch and put that on. Yeah. Yeah. And so when we get to a dangerous place in our own ecosystem of our sexuality and the sanctity of that which is sacred, and we as men no longer value sexuality, then our defense is, oh, that didn't mean nothing.
It didn't mean nothing, Jamal Bryant. You know why it didn't mean anything? It didn't mean anything because when you're sleeping with a woman that's not your wife, and when you're sleeping with let me break this down. When you're sleeping with a man that's not your husband, the woman plays the whore, the man plays the hormone. It don't mean nothing. If there's no covenant, it's just sex. Now, what I do for you and what you may do for me is only because we have a mutual understanding that, hey, we're going to get together, and what binds us, what connects us is the sexual, you know what I'm saying, factor, the you know what I'm saying, that we have together. Good sex. That's it. It ain't necessarily your conversation. It ain't necessarily nothing. We can go out, we can spend time, we can have fun, but if you ain't giving me nothing sexually, then I don't want to be around you. Simple as that. Ain't no man finna hang around no woman, you know what I'm saying, and do all, you know what I'm saying, do all the things that you do if you ain't getting no sex, unless you're in a covenant with that woman. That's the only way.
So true.
I've embraced that, and that's just what you hear, that men can have sex without
it's our
emotion.
nature.
Yeah, that is our nature.
Yeah, and I think that it's a cop-out because the woman who we are intimate with can understand that you're doing the exact same thing with me, with the person who you say you don't care about.
She don't have to understand. It's not our job to care if she understands. As a man, our job is when we're out there to run through them and don't look back. And it's as simple as that. He's trying to make it seem as though it's deeper than just us being in sin. It's as simple as us, you know what I'm saying? We're in sin. All this intimacy talk, all of that has no bearing on, you know what I'm saying, the lifestyle that we've chosen to be, you know what I'm saying, to engage in as adults.
So it's different as, oh, we just went to the movies. Oh, I just took them to Cheesecake Factory. No, they stayed at your house.
Yes, so that we could have sex.
They was in your shower.
Yes.
They wore your t-shirt.
You got that right.
What then have you reserved sacred for me?
Nothing. Otherwise, I would have married you. See, he's still talking about trying to make a difference between, you know what I'm saying, getting rid of one, you know what I'm saying, or 2 or 3 women and just choosing one. My flesh, my sin that I'm in won't allow me to do this, Jamal. I don't have the power to do this, even though you say, you know what I'm saying, no, I don't have the power to do this. Now, one time have he invoked the spirit of the Most High that a man and a woman is going to need to change that lifestyle.
Man, I hear it all the time. I remember we had guests come on here, Dr. Nicole and Crystal, and they made a statement. They said, you got to learn how to change your appetite.
Yes.
And I think you just really brought that glue there to like, you just tied it all together.
The appetite, bro, my brother, the appetite that you're talking about learning how to change, it's not a learned anything. It's sex, it's sin. You know what I'm saying? It's an appetite of the flesh. You can't learn how to change an appetite. Once you become accustomed to sleeping around, you're going to be sleeping around. It's just as simple as that.
Together, because when I'm thinking about it, it makes sense, because if your body is conditioned to even having a certain amount of meals a day,
yes,
eating certain types of food,
yes,
and all of a sudden you tell your body, I'm a cold turkey switch to now this type of diet, and you have not practiced that diet, you have not conditioned yourself into really slowly weaning in.
I'm gonna see your point and raise your point. If, as a single man, 5 nights a week you are getting food from drive-through, you don't know how to appreciate a home-cooked meal because you're used to now eating out of a bag. So you got somebody who's cooking for you at home. Your knee reflex is, why? You don't want to go out? Because you have adopted French fries and don't understand that mashed potatoes is a better choice.
Now, maybe he's talking about his situation and his wife, because he's talking about what you're having at home, but he started off talking about, 4 different women that you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying?
But because my palate is used to packets of ketchup, I don't know what Worcestershire sauce is. You got.
But he couldn't have been talking about a wife at home, because he said if you're used to dealing with 1, 2, he made the statement 1, 2, 3, even 4 women. So he's talking about women that you're just casually dealing with, having sex with, you know what I'm saying? And you just, downsizing your appetite to just that one woman on your own. It's not going to happen.
Right.
Yeah. So you got to change your whole mind frame, your whole thought process of how I deal with all of it. The most unnerving question. I want y'all to type this down. Brothers, you're going to high five me through the internet. The most unnerving question you can ever ask a single man is, where are you going? Now, you done crossed the line. Why? I'll be back.
Right.
Yeah, because accountability has become an inconvenience. And you may not even been going into doing anything untowards, but just having to answer
is offensive.
Where you going is intrusive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so that call for transparency is a part of the commitment to monogamy.
So it's practicing monogamy literally as simple as me meeting a young lady and having the intention to solely date her for marriage. Is it as simple as that?
No. The practice of monogamy.
Yes, brother, it is as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Let's rewind. What he just said. It's as simple as that.
I mean, literally as simple as me meeting a young lady and having the intention.
Yes, sir.
To solely date her.
Yes, sir.
For marriage. Is it as simple as that?
It's just that simple.
The practice of,
because he who finds a wife finds a good thing.
Monogamy is not allowing a backup plan.
So what's the difference in what you just said? Jamal Bryant, with his word salad, said monogamy is not allowing a backup plan. So the brother said, is it as simple as finding someone to marry? If you're looking and finding somebody to marry, you're doing it with the intentions of not having a backup plan. Most men who decide to, risk, especially nowadays, getting married, you know what I'm saying, they're risking getting married not with the idea of, hey, if this don't work out, I'm gonna go to the next woman. Now they in their back of their mind, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they understand, hey, a woman come a dime a dozen, but in their mind, they're not trying to, hey, have a quick escape plan or a quick, you know, way to just parachute out of something that they're about to invest in. So yes, sir, you're right, Jamal Bryant, you're wrong.
that is the praise. All of them say, you know what? Lisa's my girl, Kim's my girl, Nicole's my girl. But you got to back up. You ain't got to tend to. You know, but it's gonna be this. The reserve forces is to make to make up in your mind. There is no backup plan. I am all in. I'm all in.
He's still talking about making up your mind. How are you going to make up your mind, you know what I'm saying, as something as important as, you know, a covenant with a woman without the spirit of the Most High? It literally takes him to help you be the man you need to be for a wife. It ain't something that you just make up your mind and do. No, you got to make up your mind, but where does the help come from? Him.
Fall out, we'll be mad at each other. You don't want to talk to me, but I am calling you in the morning. And we starting this over. Not, oh, she tripping. Let me go through who's next.
That's the exact opposite of everything that I've personally been taught.
Yes.
In fact, a part.
And see, one of the things, like I said, I deal with faith, beliefs, manhood, common sense, and religion. I want y'all to look at this brother right here. I don't know if you can see it. He's got 2 earrings in his ear, 1 in his nose. Okay, so as a man, when you get up, what would in your mind cause you to look in the mirror, put in an earring in your nose, 1 earring in this ear, 1 earring in that ear? What type of, you know what I'm saying, what type of man is this these days? What is this? And I'm just curious, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he can do what he want to do, but, you know, it just...
Part of dealing with multiple women is that it shields you from vulnerability, because if you do have multiple women, when that one woman is busy for that night,
yes,
or when she doesn't answer your phone, or when that text come in late, it's okay. You're not even worried,
yes,
because you got a lineup that you can just go to fulfill that exact
one
need.
Is too close to none, right? That's what
one is too close to none. Exactly.
Yeah, and we nobody deals with the fear men have of being alone.
He's about to lie.
Yeah, Elvis Presley.
No man fears being alone. This is a black man on a black podcast, and he wants to reference a little girl lover like Elvis Presley, who was messing with minors. He had a whole bunch of different demons in him. It didn't have nothing to do with, you know what I'm saying, being alone. And let me tell you something about being alone. Alone isn't the absence of people. Alone, by definition, is the absence of direction for a man. And most men, real men, we have a direction. You know what I'm saying? You can have a man who's living in a, you know what I'm saying, living in a park. His direction is understood. This is what I've decided to do. He ain't lonely.
Developed a sex addiction because he said he didn't like sleeping in the bed by himself.
He developed a sex addiction because he liked little girls.
Elvis Presley is the very first person in the country to have a California king bed.
What reference? I mean, what is, so what? Elvis Presley, California king, who cares? See, these what these pastors do. They'll say something slick that don't even really mean nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he had that built. Said, this is too big for me to have it by myself. And nobody deals with, even as men, what we don't discuss, don't talk about, is men being lonely.
Ain't no man lonely.
That's a weakness.
Yeah.
That's a weakness for a man to feel like, to even, especially to acknowledge that.
Ain't no man lonely.
This philosopher's name is Soren Kierkegaard. He said something.
How many men y'all know, brothers out there, men, when you talk to men, how many times, or have you ever heard a man say, I'm lonely? Ever? Has that ever been a part of the conversation with you and your homeboys? Man, I'm lonely, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
That has stalked me to this day. He said the greatest gateway to sin is not temptation. The greatest gateway to
watch this lie. Watch this lie, and I'm gonna break it down. But watch this crazy lie.
sin is boredom. And when you do an inventory of the majority of the women you mess with, you weren't tempted by them. You were bored.
So let me get this straight, Jamal Bryant. You mean to tell me, as a man, and I don't have I've had my share of women. You mean to tell me, Jamal Bryant, as a man, most of the women that I was hoeing around with, I only did it because I was bored. So I'm sitting up. I'm not doing anything, but I just decided that, you know what? I want some sex because I'm bored. No, I was tempted. I saw them tits. I saw them thighs. I saw that butt, and I lusted after it. It didn't have nothing to do with boredom, brother. It never has anything to do with boredom. It's just in it was just in my wicked nature as a man to be tempted by that which I wasn't supposed to have outside of a marital covenant. It has nothing to do with boredom. Nah, this brother, he'll say anything.
And so you went through the phone and made the decision, man, what am I do?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can come back, Dr. Jamal.
Now I went through the phone and decided who I'm gonna do, not what I'm gonna do. I already know what I'm gonna do. What I'm gonna do is fornicate. I'm going through my phone trying to see who I'm gonna fornicate with. What are you talking about? What I'm gonna do?
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm not sure.
No, it's okay.
I mean,
Well, he got a tear coming out his eye. You see that?
anytime it
And these brothers act like this brother really saying something that's amazing, something astounding. And I'm like,
hits deep like that because it's really got me thinking. And it's touching. I mean, we've even thrown around jokes that's just like, oh man, I just went through my whole phone.
Yeah,
you know, just looking.
Yes,
and that's when you bored at 9 p.m. at night.
Yeah,
when all your work is done.
Yes,
it's nothing else.
You're bored. You're going through your phone because you're bored, but your bored is second to I'm tempted. My flesh is calling for me to get it in. That's how that works. You know what I'm saying? I'm bored, but it's not that I'm bored and I just need something to do. No, you know what I'm saying? R. Kelly had your body's calling. Yes. You know what I'm saying? That's what that was. You know what I'm saying? The body is calling. And I just happen to be bored. What are we talking about, gentlemen?
For you to do, you haven't given yourself a night routine, expected anything of yourself to been accomplished. And now you got this open, idle calendar sitting there with you. The only thing on there is Niecy, Jessica, Megan.
All right.
I'm tempted. Yeah, Niecy, Jessica, Megan. I want one of them. Not because I'm bored. Not because I'm bored. I want them because my flesh wants them. It ain't because I'm bored. I can find, if you want to talk about being bored, I can go wash my car. I can do anything. And when you're talking about being bored, if that's what you're talking about, no, I want to get it in. I just happen to be bored. But if I wasn't bored, I'd still have a desire to get it in because my sinful nature is requesting it.
All right.
And everybody else.
You have to ask yourself, did they become my girl for perfect attendance?
Oh, God.
Or was it because of a connection?
Wow.
So
what was the wow about? What was the wow about that?
With who was consistent.
You hear that too. And you hear men take pride in that. Yeah, she was always there.
Yes.
That's what you'll hear all the time.
Yeah. But you were never emotionally there.
Wow.
Yeah, and so we
ain't no man use the word emotionally there. We don't care if we just cook, clean, be faithful, give me my sex when I need it, because your body belongs to me, my body belongs to you. And you know what I'm saying? The emotions, I don't care about that. For a man, a woman being emotionally there, it really is it just consists of, hey, you know, be respectful, don't be mouthy. That's it.
A lot of times, let our hearts settle where there is no expectation. So we love who questions us the least. We love who challenges us the least.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, listen, that's enough of that. Anyway, as you can see, another pastor, you know, and this brother Jamal, he lies on the Most High quite often. You know, it's nothing new. You know, but like I said, I just wanted to break down what he was saying, which was a whole lot of nothing. And to all my listeners, I need y'all to understand. Listen, do a examine yourself, see how you're living. If you've remarried somebody and you were married, and that covenant, that relationship, you know what I'm saying, you know, wasn't done away with by way of sexual immorality, you know what I'm saying, then legally in the eyes of the Most High, you're still married. Get that right before you die. Get it right. Because when you stand before him, if you die, you're going to stand before him as an adulterer. Simple as that. I'm going to do this one more time. And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication. Now, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for, now it's talking about, it's connected to the next issue, which is you marrying somebody else. It's not saying you can't put her away, because she might be a hell raiser. You know what I'm saying? She might be somebody, you know what I'm saying, that you just can't live with, but you married her and you made a covenant. It says, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall remarry another, committeth adultery. And the truth be told, really, you know what I'm saying? It says, let's break it down. Whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication. So really, truthfully, you really can't even divorce you know what I'm saying, your wife. You can leave her. Yeah. Let me put this thing in the way it's supposed to be. You can leave your wife, you can go away. Because if she hitting on you, you know what I'm saying, or your husband, they're abusive, yeah, you can go on about your business. But if it wasn't done by way of fornication, if you go remarry somebody else, then what is that saying? You committed adultery. This man, this so-called pastor, got married, broke covenant, you know what I'm saying? And he broke covenant, you know what I'm saying, by cheating. So that means since you cheated, you're not allowed to go remarry somebody. That ain't how that works. You cheat and you can go, no. You just still married to that person. No. Well, till next time. Peace.